In this video, we will explore the meaning of the error and operation codes F0, F4, F5, F6, FC, and FP in Midea air conditioners, along with possible solutions for these issues. Before analyzing each specific fault, it is important to note that, as a general solution, it is recommended to turn off the unit and unplug it from the electrical supply for several minutes. Then, restart the unit to check if the error disappears. This simple step can resolve some temporary issues. Error code F0 is related to high current consumption by the unit. This may be caused by A. Problems with the power supply. B. Compressor overload. C. Faults in the internal components of the system. Suggested solutions. A. Check the condition of the electrical connections, as poor connections can cause unnecessary voltage drops. B. Verify if the power supply has low or fluctuating voltage. In such cases, it is recommended to connect the unit to another power line or use a voltage stabilizer. C. Inspect for possible short circuits or damaged components, with particular focus on the Intelligent Power Module, IPM. Error code F4 indicates issues with the EEPROM memory on the electronic board, located in the outdoor unit, possibly due to electrical failures. The diagnostics for this issue will be covered at the end of the video. Error code F5 refers to an abnormal speed of the external fan. Possible causes: A. Electrical issues in the fan motor coils. B. Obstructions in the fan blades. C. Faults in the control board. D. Problems with the motor bearings. E. If the motor uses a capacitor, capacitor failure. F. If the motor uses an IPM module, module failure. Error code F6 appears when the external temperature sensor has an open circuit or is short-circuited. Error code FC indicates that the system has activated the forced cooling function. This function allows the unit to operate in maximum cooling mode, ignoring the temperatures detected by the sensors. It is usually used for performance testing or in specific situations requiring rapid cooling. Error code FP signals that the system is in heating mode, designed to maintain the ambient temperature above 8 degrees Celsius. This mode activates automatically to prevent the indoor temperature from dropping too low in cold conditions. It is a protective measure to prevent freezing in the system and maintain a minimum ambient temperature. Now, let's look at some specific tips for resolving the studied error codes. Tips for troubleshooting error codes. 1. Locate the EEPROM and the controller on the board. The EEPROM is a chip usually featuring 8 pins, arranged in 4 pins on each side. 2. Inspect resistors near the EEPROM. Check the resistors around the chip. If any resistor shows an unusual value, replace it. 3. Verify the condition of the EEPROM. If the EEPROM is damaged, it must be replaced with a new one containing the correct programming or one extracted from another board of the same model. Measuring resistance in temperature sensors. 1. Turn off the equipment and disconnect it from power. This step is essential for safety. 2. Disconnect the temperature sensor. With the sensor disconnected, use a multimeter set to the kilo-ohm scale to measure its resistance. 3. Check the resistance values. 4. The sensor's resistance should never be 0 or infinite. 5. The multimeter reading should decrease when the sensor is heated by hand. 6. If you have the manufacturer's manual, compare the measured value with the reference values listed in the manual. Diagnosing compressor inverter coils. 1. Identify potential coil faults. If the compressor coils are open, shorted, or grounded, the compressor is damaged. 2. Perform resistance measurements on the coils. 3. Even if no obvious issues are detected, internal coil faults may still exist. 4. In an inverter compressor, resistance measurements should be very close or nearly identical across all tests. Testing the Intelligent Power Module, IPM. 1. Location and function of the IPM. The Intelligent Power Module, IPM, is located on the outdoor electronic board and is responsible for powering the 3 coils of the inverter compressor. 2. Turn off the power supply to the electronic board. 3. Wait a few minutes to allow the electrolytic capacitors to fully discharge. 4. Identify the module's pins. Use the serial number of the module to identify each of its pins. 5. Perform necessary measurements. First measurement. Place the multimeter's red probe on the negative pin of the IPM module. Place the black probe on each of the U, V, and W pins. The measurements should be nearly identical across all tests. If there are significant differences, a fault is present. Second measurement. Place the multimeter's black probe on the positive pin of the IPM module. Place the red probe on each of the U, V, and W pins. The measurements should again be nearly identical. If there are discrepancies, this indicates a fault in the module.